"You'll always be that poor girl from the trailer park," Brandon had said when he dumped Destiny for the senator's daughter. 10-year reunion. Brandon's wife showed off her Mercedes. Then a helicopter landed on the football field. The entire class watched as Destiny stepped out with 3 children in designer clothes. Brandon's smile vanished. His wife grabbed his arm. "Who are they?" The triplets ran toward him. "Are you our daddy? Mommy showed us pictures." Brandon's knees buckled. His wife's $50,000 engagement ring suddenly looked very small. But before we dive into the full story, let me know where you're watching from and what time it is. Now, subscribe to the channel and let's get started. You need to end it with that girl. Brandon Carter looked up from his phone. His father Richard stood in the doorway of the study. The room smelled like leather and old books. Brandon was 18 years old. He had just gotten home from football practice. "What girl?" Brandon asked. He knew exactly what girl. "Destiny Moore," Richard said. His voice was hard. "The one from the trailer park." Brandon felt his stomach tighten. He loved Destiny. They had been together for 2 years. She made him laugh. She was smart and kind. She worked harder than anyone he knew. "Dad, I love her," Brandon said. Richard walked into the study and closed the door. He sat down in the big leather chair behind his desk. He looked at Brandon for a long... "Dad, I love her," Brandon said. Richard walked into the study and closed the door. He sat down in the big leather chair behind his desk. He looked at Brandon for a long moment. "Love is not enough," Richard said. "The Carter family has standards. We have a reputation in this town. Your grandfather built this business from nothing. I grew it into 3 dealerships. One day it will be yours." "I know that," Brandon said. "Do you?" Richard leaned forward. "Because that girl will drag you down. She lives in a trailer. Her mother is sick. She works 2 jobs just to pay bills. Is that the life you want?" "We are going to college together," Brandon said. "We are going to California after graduation." Richard laughed. It was not a kind laugh. "With what money? Her money? She has nothing. You will pay for everything. Then what? You marry her? You bring her to family events? Our friends will laugh at us." Brandon felt angry, but he did not know what to say. His father paid for everything: his car, his clothes, his phone, his future college tuition. Brandon had no money of his own. "End it," Richard said. "This week. If you do not, I will cut you off. No car, no college, nothing. You will see how much love matters when you have to work at a gas station." Richard stood up and walked out of the study. His hands shook. He did not reply. The next day was Sunday. Brandon woke up early. He stood in front of his bathroom mirror. He practiced what he would say. "This is not working. We want different things. We should see other people." The words sounded wrong. They sounded mean. But his father was right about one thing. Brandon had no money without his family. He could not survive on his own. Destiny could survive. She was strong. She would be okay. Brandon got dressed in jeans and a black shirt. He walked downstairs. His father sat at the kitchen table drinking coffee. "I am going to end it today," Brandon said. Richard nodded. "Good. I will come with you." "What?" "No, I can do it myself." "I want to make sure you actually do it," Richard said. "Get your keys." They drove to Sunset Trailer Park in Brandon's red Mustang. Richard sat in the passenger seat. He did not speak. Brandon gripped the steering wheel tight. His heart pounded. Route 40 stretched out in front of them. The road was gray and cracked. They passed old gas stations and closed stores. The trailer park appeared on the left. Brandon turned in. Gravel crunched under the tires. The trailers were small and old. Some had broken fences. Laundry hung on wires between the homes. Kids played in dirt yards. Brandon parked in front of Destiny's trailer. It was white, with rust spots on the sides. The fence leaned to one side. A small air conditioning unit hummed in the window. "Go," Richard said. Brandon got out of the car. His legs felt heavy. He walked to the front door. He knocked 3 times. The door opened. Destiny stood there in jeans and a yellow shirt. Her hair was pulled back. She had just gotten home from her morning cleaning job. When she saw Brandon, her face lit up. She smiled so big. "Brandon, I did not know you were coming. Come in." "No," Brandon said. His voice came out flat. "I need to talk to you out here." Destiny's smile faded a little. She stepped outside and closed the door behind her. "What is wrong?" she asked. Brandon could not look at her eyes. He looked at the rusty trailer behind her. He looked at the broken fence. He looked at the laundry hanging on the wire. "We are done," he said. Destiny blinked. "What?" "This relationship. It is over. I do not want to be with you anymore." "Why?" Destiny's voice cracked. "What happened? Did I do something wrong?" Brandon forced himself to look at her. Tears were forming in her eyes. His chest hurt, but he kept talking. "You are too poor for my family," he said. "Look at this place. Look at where you live. My family has standards. You would embarrass us." Destiny took a step back like he hit her. Tears ran down her face. "Brandon, please. We love each other. We have plans. We are going to leave Springfield together." "No," Brandon said. "We are not. Those were just dreams. This is reality. You are not suitable for my life." "Suitable?" Destiny whispered. "I am not suitable?" Brandon turned away. He walked back to his car. Destiny called his name. He did not stop. He got in the Mustang and started the engine. In the mirror, he saw Destiny standing in front of her trailer. She was crying. She wrapped her arms around herself. Richard nodded. "Good. Now take me home." Brandon drove out of the trailer park. He did not look back. His father was quiet. Brandon felt sick to his stomach, but he said nothing. 2 weeks passed. Brandon blocked Destiny's number after she called 50 times. He went to school and practice. He pretended everything was fine. His friends asked where Destiny was. He said they broke up. He did not give details. On a Tuesday night, Destiny sat on the bathroom floor of her trailer. 3 white plastic sticks lay in front of her. She had taken the tests one after another. All 3 showed the same thing. 2 pink lines. Pregnant. Destiny stared at the tests. Her hands shook. Her mother coughed in the bedroom down the hall. The trailer was quiet, except for that sound. Destiny touched her stomach. She was 19 years old. She had $200 in her bank account. She worked 2 jobs and barely slept. And now she was pregnant. Destiny picked up one of the tests. She held it close to her face. Maybe she read it wrong. Maybe the lines were not really there. She looked again. 2 pink lines. Clear as day. She stood up from the bathroom floor. Her legs felt weak. She walked to the kitchen and sat down at the small table. The chair creaked under her. Through the thin wall, she heard her mother cough again. Destiny needed to be sure. The next morning, she went to the drugstore on Main Street. She bought 3 more tests. She used her tip money from the diner. Each test cost $12. That was $36 she needed for other things. But she had to know. In the drugstore bathroom, she took all 3 tests. She set them on the sink counter. She waited 3 minutes. She counted the seconds in her head. When she looked, all 3 showed 2 pink lines. Pregnant. Destiny walked out of the drugstore. The sun was too bright. Everything looked too sharp. She got in her mother's old Honda Civic. The car smelled like French fries from her work uniform. She sat there for 10 minutes. She did not know where to go. Finally, she drove to the free clinic on Jackson Street. It was Tuesday afternoon. The clinic was busy. Women sat in plastic chairs holding babies. Kids ran around the waiting room. A television on the wall played a game show with no sound. Destiny signed in at the front desk. The woman behind the glass did not smile. She handed Destiny a clipboard with papers to fill out. Destiny sat down and filled in the blanks. Name, address, date of birth. Do you have insurance? No. She waited for 2 hours. Her name was finally called. A nurse led her to a small exam room. The walls were pale yellow. A poster about hand-washing hung next to the door. The doctor will be in soon, the nurse said. 20 minutes later, a woman in a white coat walked in. She had gray hair and kind eyes. Her name tag said, Dr. Ellen Walsh. You think you are pregnant? Dr. Walsh asked. I know I am, Destiny said. I took 6 tests, all positive. Dr. Walsh nodded. Let us do an ultrasound to confirm and see how far along you are. Destiny lay back on the exam table. Dr. Walsh squeezed cold gel on her stomach. She moved a wand across Destiny's skin. A screen showed black and white shapes. Destiny could not understand what she was seeing. Dr. Walsh stopped moving the wand. She stared at the screen. Her eyebrows went up. What? Destiny asked. Her heart started pounding. Is something wrong? No, nothing is wrong, Dr. Walsh said slowly. She turned the screen toward Destiny. She pointed at 3 small shapes. You are having triplets. Destiny stopped breathing. 3 babies? She whispered. Yes, 3. You can see the heartbeats here, here, and here. Destiny watched the screen. 3 tiny pulses of light. 3 hearts beating inside her. She was 19 years old. She lived in a trailer. She worked 2 jobs. Her mother was sick. And now she was having 3 babies. How far along am I? Destiny asked. About 6 weeks, Dr. Walsh said. Do you have support? A partner? Family? Destiny thought about Brandon. His face when he said she was too poor. His car driving away. No, Destiny said, just me. Dr. Walsh handed her a paper towel to wipe the gel off. She printed pictures from the ultrasound and gave them to Destiny. There are resources, Dr. Walsh said. Social services. WIC. I can give you information. Thank you, Destiny said quietly. She walked out of the clinic holding the ultrasound pictures. 3 babies. She sat in her car and stared at the pictures. 3 small shapes that would become 3 people. Her children. Destiny pulled out her phone. She found Brandon's number. She pressed call. The phone rang once, twice, 3 times, then voicemail. This is Brandon. Leave a message. Destiny hung up. She called again. Voicemail. She called again. Voicemail. She called 50 times over the next 3 days. Every call went to voicemail. On Thursday afternoon, she tried again. This time, the call did not go through. A recorded voice said the number was no longer in service. He blocked her. Destiny sat on her bed, staring at her phone. Brandon blocked her number. He did not want to talk to her ever again. She felt something break inside her chest. Not her heart. That already broke. Something deeper. Her hope. On Friday, Destiny worked the morning shift at Mrs. Patterson's house. Mrs. Patterson lived in Meadowbrook Estates. Her house had 6 bedrooms and a pool. Destiny cleaned the bathrooms and vacuumed the carpets. Her stomach felt queasy. She ran to the bathroom twice to throw up. Are you all right, dear? Mrs. Patterson asked. Yes, ma'am, Destiny said. Just a stomach bug. After work, Destiny went to Rosie's diner. Her co-worker Maria was refilling salt shakers. Maria was 40 years old with 3 kids of her own. She was kind. "Maria, can I borrow your phone?" Destiny asked. "Sure, honey. What is wrong with yours?" "Nothing. I just need to make a call." Maria handed over her phone. Destiny walked to the back room where they kept supplies. She dialed Brandon's number from Maria's phone. It rang. Once, twice, 3 times. "Hello?" Brandon's voice. Destiny's throat tightened. "Brandon, it is me. It is Destiny." The line went dead. He hung up. Destiny called back immediately. The call went to voicemail. She sent a text from Maria's phone. "I am pregnant. You need to know. This is Destiny." She watched the screen. 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. No response. Destiny gave Maria her phone back. "Thank you." "Everything okay?" Maria asked. "Yes," Destiny lied. That night, Destiny could not sleep. She lay in bed staring at the ceiling. The trailer was quiet. She made a decision. She had to see Brandon face to face. He could not hang up on her in person. He had to listen. Saturday afternoon, Destiny drove to Meadowbrook Estates. Her hands shook on the steering wheel. The Honda made a strange rattling noise. She needed to fix that, but she had no money for car repairs. She found the Carter house. It was the biggest one on the street. White with black shutters. A circular driveway. Perfect green lawn. 2 fancy cars parked in front. Destiny parked on the street. She walked up the driveway. Her heart pounded so hard she could hear it in her ears. She climbed the front steps. She rang the doorbell. The door opened. Richard Carter stood there in khaki pants and a polo shirt. When he saw Destiny, his face went hard. "What do you want?" he asked. "I need to talk to Brandon," Destiny said. Her voice shook. "Brandon is not home. I can wait." Richard stepped out onto the porch and closed the door behind him. He looked down at Destiny. He was a tall man. He made her feel small. "You need to leave," he said. "I am pregnant," Destiny said. The words came out in a rush. "Brandon is the father. He needs to know." Richard's jaw tightened. He crossed his arms. "How much do you want?" Destiny blinked. "What? How much money do you want to go away? 10,000? 20? I do not want money. I want Brandon to know he is going to be a father." Richard pulled his phone from his pocket. "If you come back here, I will call the police. I will tell them you are harassing my family. I will tell them you are trying to extort money from us. Do you understand?" Destiny felt like he slapped her. "I am not lying. I am pregnant with his baby. He has a responsibility." "You have no proof that baby is his," Richard said. His voice was ice cold. "Girls like you sleep around. For all we know, it could be anyone's. Now leave before I call the police right now." Tears burned in Destiny's eyes, but she did not let them fall. She turned and walked back to her car. Her legs felt like they might give out. She got in the Honda and closed the door. Through the windshield, she saw Richard Carter still standing on the porch. He watched her with cold eyes. Destiny started the car. She drove out of Meadowbrook Estates. She made it 2 blocks before she had to pull over. She gripped the steering wheel and finally let herself cry. She cried until her throat hurt. She cried until she had no tears left. Then she wiped her face. She looked at herself in the rearview mirror. Her eyes were red and swollen. "You are done crying," she said out loud to herself. "You are done asking them for help. You will do this alone." Destiny drove back to Sunset Trailer Park. She parked in front of her trailer. She sat in the car for a long time. 3 babies. No help. No money. No partner. She pulled out her phone. She opened a web browser. She typed in the search bar. "How to learn computer programming for free." A list of websites appeared. Destiny clicked on the first one. A video started playing. A man's voice explained how to write basic code. Destiny turned up the volume and listened. Destiny watched 5 programming videos that night. She did not understand everything. The words were new: code, function, variable, loop. But she watched anyway. She took notes on paper. She rewound parts and watched them again. Her mother knocked on the bedroom door at 11 at night. "Destiny? You still awake?" Janet's voice was weak. Destiny closed her laptop. "Yes, Mama, come in." Janet opened the door. She wore a bathrobe and slippers. Her face looked tired. She had lost weight from the lupus. "You need to sleep, baby," Janet said. "You work in the morning." "I know. I will sleep soon." Janet sat on the edge of the bed. She looked at the notebook full of Destiny's handwriting. "What are you studying?" Janet asked. "Computer programming," Destiny said. "Why?" Destiny touched her stomach. It was still flat, but 3 babies were growing inside. "I need to build something that will take care of us." Janet took Destiny's hand. "You are pregnant, aren't you?" Destiny nodded. Tears came again, even though she thought she was done crying. "How far along?" Janet asked. 6 weeks. It is triplets, Mama. 3 babies." Janet pulled Destiny into a hug. She smelled like lavender soap. "Oh, baby, that boy?" "Brandon." "Yes, but he is gone. His father threatened me. I am doing this alone." "You are not alone," Janet said. "You have me." "You are sick, Mama." "I am sick, but I am still here. We will figure this out together." But 4 months later, in January, Janet died. The lupus attacked her kidneys. She went to the hospital and never came home. Destiny was 7 months pregnant when they buried her mother in Springfield Cemetery. The funeral was small. Just Destiny and a few people from Janet's work. The sky was gray and cold. 2 weeks later, Destiny went into labor. It was 3 in the morning. She woke up with pain in her stomach. She called an ambulance. She rode alone to Springfield General Hospital. The contractions came faster and harder. She screamed in the emergency room. They rushed her to a delivery room. 3 doctors and 5 nurses surrounded her. 1 baby, then another, then the third. 2 boys and 1 girl. They were small and red and crying. "What are their names?" a nurse asked. Destiny looked at the 3 babies. "Mason, Madison, Miles." The nurse wrote the names on small plastic bracelets. She put one on each baby's tiny wrist. Destiny stayed in the hospital for 4 days. The babies stayed longer because they were early. They needed to gain weight. Every day, Destiny sat in the special nursery holding her children, one at a time. She fed them bottles. She sang to them quietly. On the 5th day, a woman from billing came to her room. She had a folder full of papers. "Miss Moore, we need to discuss payment," the woman said. She was not unkind, but she was not warm either. "Your total bill is $30,000. You have no insurance. We can set up a payment plan." $30,000. Destiny felt sick. How much per month? $400 minimum. Destiny did math in her head. She made about $1,200 a month from both jobs. Rent was $300, food was $200, electric was $100, gas for the car was $80. That left $420. If she paid the hospital, she would have $20 left for everything else. "Okay," Destiny said, $400 per month." The woman had her sign papers. Destiny signed without reading them. She was too tired to read. The babies came home 2 weeks later. The trailer felt even smaller with 3 cribs. Destiny set them up in the living room. There was no other space. Mason's crib was blue. Madison's was pink. Miles's was green. Mrs. Patterson let Destiny bring one baby to work. Destiny carried Madison in a chest carrier while she cleaned. Madison slept against her chest while Destiny vacuumed and scrubbed floors. The motion put her to sleep. Maria watched Mason and Miles during Destiny's night shifts at the diner. Maria came to the trailer at 2:30 every afternoon. Destiny left for work at 3. She worked until midnight. Then she drove home. Maria left. Destiny fed the babies their bottles. She changed their diapers. She rocked them back to sleep. At 2 in the morning, when all 3 babies were asleep, Destiny opened her laptop. She watched programming videos. She practiced writing code. Her eyes burned. Her head pounded. But she did not stop. One night, Maria asked her about it. "What are you doing on that computer every night?" "Building something," Destiny said. "Building what?" "An app for people like us. People who work multiple jobs and can't keep track of all the schedules." Maria tilted her head. "That would be useful. I have 3 jobs. I mix up my shifts all the time." "Exactly," Destiny said. It took her 6 months to build the first version. 6 months of 2 hours of sleep per night. 6 months of typing code while her babies slept. The app was simple. You put in your work schedules. The app organized them. It sent reminders. It showed you how many hours you worked. It calculated your pay. Destiny named it Shift Sync. She uploaded it to the App Store on a Tuesday night. Her hand shook when she clicked Submit. She had no idea if anyone would use it. The first week, 50 people downloaded Shift Sync. Destiny checked the numbers every hour. By Friday, 1 person left a review. "This app saved my life. I have 3 jobs and 2 kids. I was always missing shifts. Now I am organized. Thank you." Destiny read the review 10 times. Someone found it useful. Someone's life was a little better because of something she built. The second week, 200 people downloaded it. By the end of the month, 1,000 people. Workers started leaving reviews. They told their friends. They posted about it on social media. Mason, Madison, and Miles turned 1-year-old. They started walking. The trailer was chaos. 3 toddlers climbing on everything. Destiny child-proofed every corner. She put gates across the doorways. She moved anything dangerous up high. "Mama," Mason said one morning, his first word. "Mama," Madison said at lunch. "Mama," Miles said that night. Destiny cried happy tears, her 3 babies calling her Mama. This was why she worked so hard. This was why she never stopped. Shift Sync kept growing. By the time the triplets were 2 years old, 1 million people used it. By the time they were 3, 5 million people used it. One Tuesday afternoon, Destiny received an email. The sender was someone named David Chen from Apex Ventures in San Francisco, California. The subject line said, "Acquisition offer for Shift Sync." Destiny opened the email. She read it twice, then 3 times. David Chen wanted to meet. His company wanted to buy Shift Sync. They were prepared to make a serious offer. Destiny called the number in the email. A man answered. "David Chen." "This is Destiny Moore," she said. "I got your email about Shift Sync." "Miss Moore, thank you for calling. We have been watching your app. It is impressive. The user growth is remarkable. We would like to discuss acquiring your company." "Acquiring means buying it?" Destiny asked. "Yes. We want to buy Shift Sync from you. We can do a video call tomorrow if you are available. 2 o'clock Pacific time." "Does that work?" Destiny did math. Pacific time was 3 hours behind Ohio time. 2 o'clock Pacific was 5 o'clock Ohio time. The triplets would be awake, but she could put on a show for them. "Yes," Destiny said. "That works." The next day at 5 o'clock, Destiny sat at her kitchen table with her laptop. The triplets sat on the floor watching cartoons. Destiny wore her nicest shirt. She brushed her hair. She started the video call. 3 people appeared on screen. David Chen was Asian with black glasses. A woman named Sarah was blonde and wore a suit. A man named Marcus was black and had a beard. "Miss Moore, thank you for meeting with us," David said. "Call me Destiny." They talked for an hour. They asked about Shift Sync, how she built it, why she built it, how many users it had, what her plans were. Destiny answered honestly. She built it because she needed it. She was a single mother working multiple jobs. She needed to organize her life. Other people needed the same thing. "We love your story," Sarah said. "We love the app. We want to make you an offer. $800 million. Destiny stopped breathing. $800 million. She must have heard wrong. "How much?" she asked. $800 million, David said. "We think Shift Sync is worth that. We think you are worth that." Destiny looked at her 3 children on the floor. Mason was building blocks. Madison was coloring. Miles was playing with a toy car. $800 million would change their lives forever. "I need to think about it," Destiny said. "Of course. Take your time. We will send the formal offer in writing." The call ended. Destiny sat at the kitchen table staring at nothing. $800 million. She called the only lawyer she knew, a woman named Patricia, who did free legal help at the clinic. Patricia gave her the number for a business lawyer in Columbus. The business lawyer's name was Robert Turner. Destiny called him. She explained everything. Robert said he would review the offer when it arrived. 3 days later, Robert called her back. "The offer is real. It is legitimate. My advice is to take it. This is life-changing money." Destiny signed the papers on a Friday afternoon. She used a pen that cost $1. With that signature, she became a millionaire. More than a millionaire. She had more money than she could imagine. The first thing she did was pay off the hospital bill. She called Springfield General Hospital, and she asked for billing. "I need to pay off my account," Destiny said. "Name?" the woman asked. "Destiny Moore." Keyboard clicking. "You owe $23,400 remaining. I want to pay all of it, now." "All of it?" "Yes, all of it." Destiny gave her bank account information. The payment went through. $23,400. Gone. Paid. Done. "Your balance is 0, the woman said. Destiny hung up and cried. She cried for 10 minutes. The weight she carried for 3 years was gone. She bought her mother's old friend a small house in a nice neighborhood in Springfield. She packed everything in the trailer. She bought plane tickets to California. She found a house in Malibu with an ocean view. On moving day, Destiny stood in the empty trailer. Mason, Madison, and Miles held her hands. They were 3 years old now. They wore new clothes. They had full bellies. They were healthy and happy. "Where are we going, Mama?" Mason asked. "Home," Destiny said. "We are going home." The plane landed in Los Angeles on a Thursday afternoon. Destiny held Madison's hand. Mason and Miles walked beside her. They moved through the airport slowly. Everything was new to the triplets. The crowds, the sounds, the palm trees outside the windows. A car service drove them to Malibu. The driver loaded their suitcases. The triplets pressed their faces against the windows. They had never seen an ocean before. "Mama, what is that?" Miles pointed at the water. "That is the Pacific Ocean," Destiny said. "It is so big," Madison whispered. The house sat on a cliff overlooking the water. It had white walls and big windows, a deck wrapped around the back. The yard had green grass and flowers. Destiny paid $3 million for it. That seemed like a huge amount. But she had $800 million in the bank. She could afford it. That first night, Destiny tucked the triplets into their new beds. Each child had their own room for the first time. Mason's room was blue. Madison's was purple. Miles's was yellow. "Good night, Mama," Mason said. "Good night, baby." Destiny walked out onto the deck. The ocean stretched forever. Stars filled the sky. She could hear waves crashing below. This was her life now. She built this. No one gave it to her. She earned every piece of it. 2 years passed. The Triplets started kindergarten at Westridge Academy. It was a private school in Pacific Palisades. Tuition was $40,000 per year per child. Destiny wrote the check without blinking. Her children would have the best education possible. The Triplets wore navy blazers with the school logo. They learned French on Mondays and Wednesdays. They learned Mandarin on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Mason loved reading. By age 5, he read chapter books meant for 8-year-olds. Madison loved art. She drew pictures of their house and the ocean. She used every color in her crayon box. Miles loved people. He talked to everyone. He made friends on his first day. Destiny picked them up from school every day at 3 o'clock. She was never late. She helped with homework at the kitchen table. She read them stories before bed. She made them dinner every night. Chicken and rice, spaghetti and meatballs, tacos, simple food that filled their bellies. But during the day, while the Triplets were at school, Destiny worked. She could not stop working. It was in her blood now. She started a second company when the Triplets were 4 years old. This company created software for healthcare workers. Destiny knew hospitals wasted time with bad scheduling systems. She saw it when her mother was sick. Nurses worked double shifts because the schedule was wrong. Doctors could not find patient files. Everything was disorganized. She hired a team of 10 programmers. She rented an office in Santa Monica. The office had glass walls and white furniture. A coffee machine sat in the corner. Her team worked at long tables covered with laptops. Destiny named the company MedFlow. She worked 14 hours a day building it. She woke at 5 in the morning. She answered emails and wrote code. She made breakfast for the Triplets at 7. She drove them to school at 8. Then she went to the office. Her lead programmer was a woman named Keisha. Keisha was 30 years old, with short hair and bright smile. "This software will change healthcare," Keisha said one morning. They were testing the scheduling system. "That is the goal," Destiny said. They pitched MedFlow to hospitals. The first hospital that tried it was Cedars-Sinai in Los Angeles. The director of nursing was a woman named Barbara. She had gray hair and tired eyes. "We need help," Barbara told Destiny. "Our scheduling is a mess. Nurses are quitting because they work too much. Can your software fix that?" "Yes," Destiny said. "Give us 3 months." MedFlow went live at Cedars-Sinai in January. Within 2 weeks, scheduling errors dropped by 70%. Nurses stopped working accidental double shifts. Everyone could see their schedules on their phones. Barbara called Destiny with the results. "This is incredible," Barbara said. "How much does it cost?" Destiny told her the price. Barbara said yes immediately. Then Barbara told 5 other hospitals. Those hospitals called Destiny. They all wanted MedFlow. Within 1 year, 50 hospitals used MedFlow. Within 2 years, 300 hospitals. The company was worth $2 billion. Destiny was 27 years old. Forbes magazine called her office one Tuesday afternoon. A journalist named Amanda Chen wanted to do an interview. She wanted to write about Destiny's success story. "We are calling you the Trailer Park Billionaire," Amanda said on the phone. Destiny did not love that name, but she agreed to the interview. Amanda came to her house in Malibu on a Saturday morning. The Triplets were 6 years old now. They played in the backyard while Destiny talked. "Tell me your story," Amanda said. She held a recording device. Destiny told her everything. Growing up in Sunset Trailer Park, her mother's sickness, working 2 jobs, Brandon leaving her, being pregnant with triplets, building shift sync while sleeping 3 hours a night, selling the company, starting MedFlow. Amanda wrote everything down. She took photos of Destiny on the deck. She took photos of the triplets playing. The article came out 3 weeks later. The headline said, "From Trailer Park to Billions, How Destiny Moore Built an Empire." The article went viral. Millions of people read it. Destiny started getting emails, hundreds of them. Women wrote to thank her. They said she inspired them. They said if she could do it, maybe they could too. One email was from a woman named Jennifer. She wrote, "I live in a trailer park in Texas. I have 2 kids. I work 3 jobs. I am exhausted every day. Reading your story gave me hope. Thank you for not giving up." Destiny read that email 5 times. She replied, "You are stronger than you know. Keep going. Your children are watching. Show them what strong looks like." But even with all the success, Destiny felt lonely. She lived in a beautiful house. She had money. She had healthy children. But she had no partner. She had no one to talk to at night after the kids went to bed. She tried dating. A friend set her up with a man named Marcus. He was a lawyer. They had dinner at a nice restaurant in Santa Monica. Marcus talked about his cases. He talked about his car. He asked about her companies. But he did not ask about her children. The date ended early. Destiny never called him again. She went on 3 more dates that year. None of them felt right. The men were either intimidated by her money or only interested in her money. No one saw her. They saw the billionaire. They saw the story. They did not see Destiny. She talked to her therapist about it. Her therapist's name was Dr. Sarah Kim. Destiny saw her every Tuesday at 4 o'clock. "I built everything I wanted," Destiny said, "but I still feel empty sometimes." "You built financial security," Dr. Kim said. "That is important, but humans need connection too. I have my children. You do, but you also need adult relationships, friendships, maybe romance if you want that." "I am scared," Destiny admitted. "Brandon left me when I needed him. What if everyone leaves?" "Not everyone is Brandon," Dr. Kim said gently. The triplets turned 6 in January. Destiny threw them a birthday party in the backyard. 20 kids came from school. There was a bounce house and a magician. Mason got books as gifts. Madison got art supplies. Miles got sports equipment. That night, after all the guests left, the triplets sat with Destiny on the couch. They were tired and full of cake. "Mama?" Mason said. "Yes, baby?" "Why don't we have a daddy?" Destiny's heart stopped. She knew this question would come eventually. She prepared for it. But it still hurt to hear. "You do have a daddy," Destiny said carefully. "Every person has a mother and a father. But your daddy made a choice when you were babies. He chose not to be part of our lives." "Why?" Madison asked, her eyes filled with tears. "Because he was scared. He was not strong enough to do hard things." "Did we do something wrong?" Miles asked. "No." Destiny pulled all 3 children close. "You did nothing wrong. This was his choice, not yours. You are perfect exactly as you are." "Will we ever meet him?" Mason asked. Destiny thought carefully about her answer. "Maybe one day, if you want to. I will never stop you from meeting him, but I will also never force you." "Are you sad about it, Mama?" Madison asked. Destiny smiled. "I was sad a long time ago, but now I am grateful. If things happened differently, I might not have built my companies. I might not have learned how strong I am. And I definitely would not have you 3 exactly as you are." "I don't need a daddy," Miles said. He hugged Destiny tight. "You are the best mama in the world." That is enough." Madison and Mason nodded. They all hugged together on the couch. MedFlow kept growing. By the time Destiny was 29 years old, 500 hospitals used the software. Investors wanted to buy the company. They offered $3 billion. Destiny said no. This company was different. She wanted to keep building it. She gave speeches at conferences. She talked about entrepreneurship. She talked about being a single mother. She talked about not giving up. Women came up to her after the speeches. They cried and hugged her. They told her she changed their lives. One night in May, Destiny sat on her deck after the children went to sleep. She checked her email on her phone. One email caught her eye. The subject line said, "Springfield High School Class of 2014 Reunion." Destiny opened it. The email was from the reunion committee. It invited her to the 10-year reunion. The date was June 15th, 2024. 1 month away. Destiny stared at the email. Springfield. She had not been back since she moved to California. She deleted all her social media. She cut every tie to her old life. She thought about Brandon. She wondered what he was doing now. She wondered if he ever thought about the baby he abandoned. Babies, triplets, 3 children he never met. Part of her wanted to delete the email, that life was over. Brandon was over. She did not need closure. But another part of her was curious. Destiny saved the email. She would think about it. 3 days passed. Destiny kept opening the reunion email. She would read it, then close it. She did not delete it. She did not respond. She just kept looking at it. On Thursday night, she could not sleep. She lay in bed staring at the ceiling. The house was quiet. The ocean sounds came through the open window. She thought about Brandon. She wondered what he looked like now. Did he still have the same smile? Did he ever think about her? Did he know he had children? She got up and went to her closet. On the top shelf, hidden in a box, was her old yearbook from Springfield High School. She had not looked at it in years. She pulled the box down and opened it. The yearbook was blue, with gold letters. Class of 2014. Destiny flipped through the pages. There were photos of football games, prom pictures, graduation. Then she found Brandon's senior photo. He wore a suit and tie. His hair was neat. He smiled at the camera. He looked so young. They both were so young. Destiny closed the yearbook. She did not feel angry looking at his face. She did not feel sad. She felt nothing. Maybe that meant something. On Friday afternoon, Destiny sat in Dr. Kim's office. The office had soft gray walls and a comfortable couch. A plant sat in the corner. Sunlight came through the window. "I got an invitation to my high school reunion," Destiny said. "How do you feel about that?" Dr. Kim asked. "I don't know. Part of me wants to ignore it. That life is over." "And the other part?" Destiny was quiet for a moment. "The other part is curious. I want to see Brandon. I want to see what happened to him." "Why do you want to see him?" "Maybe I need closure. Maybe I need to face him and realize I feel nothing, that he has no power over me anymore." Dr. Kim nodded. "That sounds healthy. Do you want to bring the children?" "I don't know. They have never met him. Is that fair to them? What do you think they would want?" Destiny thought about her 3 children. Mason with his questions, Madison with her feelings, Miles with his big heart. "I think they would want to meet him. They ask about their fathers sometimes." "Then maybe you should ask them," Dr. Kim said. That night after dinner, Destiny sat the triplets down on the couch. She held the yearbook in her lap. "I want to talk to you about something important," Destiny said. The 3 children looked at her with serious faces. Mason sat in the middle. Madison sat on the left. Miles sat on the right. "You know how you have asked about your father?" Destiny said. "Yes," Mason said. Destiny opened the yearbook to Brandon's photo. She showed it to them. "This is him. His name is Brandon Carter." The triplets leaned forward to look. Madison touched the photo with one finger. "He looks nice," Miles said. "He was nice sometimes," Destiny said carefully. "But he made a choice to leave when I was pregnant with you. That was not a nice choice." "Why did he leave?" Mason asked. "Because he was scared. Because his family told him to. Because he was not strong enough to stay." "Where is he now?" Madison asked. "He lives in Ohio, in the town where I grew up. There is an event where I will see him. It is called a reunion. Old classmates get together. I am thinking about going." "Can we come?" Miles asked. Destiny looked at her son. "Do you want to?" "Yes," Miles said. "I want to see him. I want to know if he is nice now." "I want to come too," Madison said. "I want to see the man who made you sad." Mason was quiet. He looked at the photo for a long time. "What will you say to him?" "I don't know yet," Destiny admitted. "Maybe nothing. Maybe I will just show him what he lost." "I want to come," Mason said. "I am curious about him. I want to ask him questions." Destiny felt her heart squeeze. Her children were so brave. "Okay, we will all go together. But I want you to know something. He might not be happy to see us. He might be scared or angry. I need you to be ready for that." "We will be okay, Mama," Madison said. "We have each other." Destiny hugged all three of them. The next morning, Destiny made phone calls. First, she called a helicopter rental company in Los Angeles. "I need to rent a helicopter," Destiny said. "When and where?" the man asked. "June 15th, from Malibu to Springfield, Ohio." "That is a long flight. We will need to stop for fuel. Do you want a pilot?" "Yes, I need a pilot." "That will be $20,000. "That is fine," Destiny said. She booked the helicopter. Then she took the triplets shopping. They went to a children's clothing store in Beverly Hills. The store had white walls and expensive clothes. "We need to look good," Destiny told them. "We are going to show your father what he missed." She bought them matching navy blazers. Each blazer had the Westridge Academy logo on the pocket. She bought them white shirts and dark pants. They looked professional and confident. "Do we look good, Mama?" Miles asked. He turned in the mirror. "You look perfect," Destiny said. For herself, Destiny went to a boutique in Santa Monica. She tried on 5 different outfits: a black dress, a red suit, a blue pantsuit. None of them felt right. Then she saw a white silk pantsuit. She tried it on. The fabric felt smooth and expensive. The color was clean and powerful. This was it. That night, Destiny stood in front of her bathroom mirror. She practiced what she would say to Brandon. "I did not come for an apology. I came to show you what you lost." She said it 3 times. Her voice was calm and steady. She did not sound angry. She sounded strong. The night before the trip, Destiny could not sleep again. She kept thinking about walking into that gymnasium. She kept imagining Brandon's face when he saw her. Would he be shocked? Scared? Would he even recognize her? She got up and checked on the triplets. They were all sleeping peacefully. Mason hugged a stuffed bear. Madison had kicked off her blanket. Miles slept on his stomach with his arms spread out. Destiny covered Madison with the blanket again. She kissed each child on the forehead. In the morning, Destiny helped the triplets pack small bags. She packed their new outfits. She packed snacks for the helicopter ride. She packed tablets so they could watch shows. "Are you nervous, Mama?" Mason asked. "A little bit," Destiny admitted. "Why?" "Because this is something I have thought about for a long time. facing the person who hurt me. He cannot hurt you now, Madison said. You are too strong. Destiny smiled. You are right. They drove to the helicopter pad at 9 in the morning. It was a clear day. The sun was bright. The pilot was a man named Frank. He had gray hair and a calm face. Everyone ready? Frank asked. Yes, Destiny said. They climbed into the helicopter. The triplets sat in the back. Destiny sat in the front next to Frank. Frank showed them how to put on the headsets so they could talk over the noise of the blades. The helicopter lifted off. Malibu got smaller below them. Destiny could see their house on the cliff. She could see the ocean stretching forever. Then they turned east, toward Ohio, toward Springfield, toward Brandon. How long is the flight? Mason asked through the headset. About 7 hours with fuel stops, Frank said. Destiny looked out the window. They flew over mountains and deserts. They stopped in Nevada to refuel. Then they flew over plains and farmland. The landscape changed from brown to green. Finally, as the sun started to set, they crossed into Ohio. We are getting close, Frank said. Destiny's heart started beating faster. She pulled out her phone. She opened the camera. She looked at herself on the screen. She looked different than she did 10 years ago. Her hair was styled professionally. She wore diamond earrings. She had confidence in her eyes. She was not the scared girl from the trailer park anymore. She was Destiny Moore. She built 2 companies worth billions of dollars. She raised 3 brilliant children. She won. I am ready, she said quietly. The helicopter flew over Springfield. Destiny could see the town below, Main Street, the hospital, the trailer park. It all looked so small from up here. Frank spoke into his radio. Springfield High School, we are approaching for landing. The sun was setting orange and pink. The helicopter descended toward the football field. Below, Destiny could see cars in the parking lot. People were already arriving for the reunion. She saw the gymnasium lit up. Music played. People laughed. Here we go, Destiny said to her children. The helicopter touched down on the 50-yard line. Inside the gymnasium, Brandon Carter stood near the refreshment table holding a beer. He wore a dark suit with a blue tie. His wife Amanda stood beside him in a red dress. Her diamond ring caught the light every time she moved her hand. This is nice, Amanda said. She looked around the decorated gymnasium. Balloons hung from the ceiling. A banner said, Welcome, class of 2014. Yeah, Brandon said. He felt good tonight. He wanted everyone to see how well he was doing. Good job. Beautiful wife. Nice car. He won at life. An hour earlier, they had pulled into the parking lot in Brandon's black Mercedes. He parked near the entrance, where everyone would see the car. Ready? Amanda asked. Ready, Brandon said. They walked into the gymnasium holding hands. People turned to look. Brandon recognized faces from high school. Some people looked the same. Some looked older. Everyone was smiling and hugging. A man walked up to Brandon. He was tall and heavy. Brandon recognized him. Derek Martinez. They played football together. Brandon Carter, Derek said loudly. He grabbed Brandon's hand and shook it hard. Derek, man, it has been forever, Brandon said. 10 years, can you believe it? You look good, man. Nice suit. Thanks. This is my wife, Amanda. Nice to meet you, Derek said to Amanda. Then he turned back to Brandon. So what are you doing now? You still in Springfield? Yeah, I work at my dad's company, Carter Auto Group. I am vice president of operations. Brandon made his job sound bigger than it was. Really, he was a manager. His father Richard still made all the decisions. Vice president? That is awesome, Derek said. What about you? Brandon asked. I sell insurance. It is boring, but it pays the bills. You married, right? Any kids? Married 3 years. No kids yet. We are waiting. This was true. Amanda wanted to wait 2 more years. She had a timeline planned. Marriage, career, then children. Everything had to be perfect. More people came over. Brandon shook hands and talked. He told everyone about his job. He talked about his house in Meadowbrook Estates. He talked about vacations to Italy last year and France the year before. Amanda showed her engagement ring to a group of women. They said it was beautiful. She laughed and said Brandon surprised her with it. Brandon got another beer from the table. He was starting to relax. He saw his old English teacher, Mrs. Robertson. He saw girls he used to know from class. Everyone seemed happy to see him. No one mentioned Destiny. Maybe no one remembered her. Or maybe they were being polite. The DJ played music from their high school years, songs from 2013 and 2014. People started dancing. Amanda pulled Brandon onto the dance floor. They danced to 3 songs. Brandon felt like he was 18 again, young and confident, the golden boy of Springfield High. Having fun? Amanda asked. Yeah, actually I am, Brandon said. They left the dance floor and went back to the refreshment table. Brandon's old teammate Kyle was there. Kyle had gained weight. He was balding. He wore khaki pants and a polo shirt. Brandon, Kyle said. They talked about the old football games, the time they beat Lincoln High in the championship, the time Coach Reynolds yelled so loud he lost his voice. They laughed about old memories. Then the music stopped. Everyone looked around confused. The DJ lifted his headphones off one ear. He looked toward the windows. The lights in the gymnasium flickered. Then Brandon felt it. A vibration. The walls shook. The floor vibrated under his feet. What is that? Amanda asked. I don't know, Brandon said. The sound got louder. A deep thumping noise. People stopped talking. They turned toward the windows. Someone ran to look outside. There is a helicopter, a woman yelled. Everyone moved toward the windows. Brandon followed. He pressed against the glass with dozens of other people. Outside on the football field, a black helicopter was descending. The grass flattened under the downdraft. The school flag whipped violently on its pole. Who comes to a reunion in a helicopter? Derek said. The helicopter touched down on the 50-yard line. The blades kept spinning. The door opened. A woman stepped out. She wore a white pantsuit. Even from a distance, Brandon could see she looked expensive, professional, confident. Then 3 children climbed out behind her. They wore matching navy blazers. The woman took their hands. They started walking across the football field toward the gymnasium. Brandon's mouth went dry. He knew that walk. He knew that face. Even after 10 years. Even though she looked completely different. Oh my God, someone said. That is Destiny Moore. The name hit Brandon in the chest. He stopped breathing. People around him started talking all at once. Destiny Moore? From the trailer park? What is she doing here? Is that a helicopter? She looks rich. Brandon could not move. He watched Destiny walk across the field. She moved slowly and calmly. The 3 children held her hands. The helicopter blades made their clothes flutter. But Destiny did not rush. She looked straight ahead. Straight toward the gymnasium. Straight toward Brandon. Who is Destiny Moore? Amanda asked. She touched Brandon's arm. Brandon did not answer. He could not speak. His heart pounded. His hands started shaking. He set his beer down on a table before he dropped it. As Destiny got closer, Brandon could see the children's faces. 2 boys and 1 girl. They looked about 6 years old. They had light skin and dark curly hair. One of the boys looked up. Brandon saw his eyes. Green eyes. The same green eyes Brandon saw in the mirror every morning. "Brandon, you are scaring me," Amanda said. "Who is that woman?" The gymnasium doors opened. Destiny walked inside with the 3 children. Every single person in the room turned to look. The room went completely silent. You could hear people breathing. The music was off. No one moved. Destiny's heels clicked on the gymnasium floor. Click, click, click. The sound echoed. She walked through the crowd. People moved out of her way. The 3 children stayed close to her sides. She walked straight toward Brandon. She stopped 3 feet away from him. She looked at him. Her face showed nothing. No anger, no sadness. Nothing. Just calm. The 3 children looked up at Brandon with matching green eyes. Then one of the boys spoke. His voice was clear and high. "Are you our daddy?" The words hung in the air. Brandon stared at the boy who spoke. The child had Brandon's exact face, the same nose, the same chin, the same green eyes. The little girl spoke next. "Mommy showed us your picture in the yearbook." The other boy tilted his head. "You look older than in the photo." Brandon's throat closed. He tried to speak, but nothing came out. Amanda's fingernails dug into his arm. "Brandon," Amanda said. Her voice was tight. "What is happening? Who are these children?" Brandon opened his mouth, closed it, opened it again. No words. Destiny spoke. Her voice was calm and clear. She did not speak just to Brandon. She spoke to the entire room. Everyone was watching. Everyone was listening. "My name is Destiny Moore," she said. "I graduated from this school 10 years ago. Brandon Carter and I dated for 2 years. He told me he loved me. He promised we would leave Springfield together after graduation." People pulled out their phones. They started recording. Destiny saw them, but she did not stop talking. One Sunday afternoon, Brandon came to my trailer. He told me we were done. He said I was too poor for his family. He said I would embarrass them. 2 weeks later, I discovered I was pregnant. With triplets. 3 babies. Gasps around the room. People whispered to each other. Someone said, "Oh my God," loudly. "I called Brandon 50 times, Destiny continued. "He blocked my number. I went to his house. His father threatened to call the police if I came back. So I decided I would never ask him for anything again." Brandon finally found his voice. "Destiny, I can explain." "No need to explain," Destiny said. "I understand perfectly. You made a choice. You chose your father's money over me and your children." "I was young," Brandon said. His voice cracked. "I was stupid. My dad pressured me. He said he would cut me off." "So you chose money," Destiny said simply. "I didn't know you were pregnant. You blocked my calls. You refused to see me. You made sure you would not know." Amanda pulled her hand away from Brandon's arm. She stepped back. "Brandon, did you know she was pregnant?" "No. I mean, not at first. I blocked her because you knew," Destiny said. "You knew something was wrong. You knew I was calling for a reason. You chose not to find out what that reason was." Brandon looked at the 3 children. They stared back at him. "How old are they?" 6, Destiny said. "What are their names?" "Mason, Madison, Miles." Brandon looked at each child as Destiny said their names. His children. He had 3 children for 6 years and never knew. No, he knew. Deep down, he knew. He just chose not to face it. "I am sorry," Brandon said. He looked at Destiny. Tears filled his eyes. "I am so sorry. I was a coward. I was weak. Please, can we talk?" "We are talking now," Destiny said. People held up their phones. The red recording lights blinked. Brandon saw them. His face went pale. Amanda saw them too. Her hand went to her mouth. "Turn those off," Amanda said to the crowd. "Stop recording." No one stopped. More people pulled out phones. They recorded from different angles. Someone was definitely live streaming this. After Brandon left, I had nothing, Destiny said. She still spoke calmly, like she was telling a story about someone else. I gave birth to triplets at Springfield General Hospital. The bill was $30,000. I had no insurance. I worked 3 jobs while taking care of 3 babies. I slept 4 hours a night. "Destiny, please," Brandon said. "At night, I taught myself computer programming. I built an app for people who work multiple jobs. The app helps them organize their schedules. 5 million people use it now. I sold that company for $800 million. Whispers exploded around the room. $800 million, someone said. Is she serious? Then I started a second company, Destiny continued. Software for healthcare workers. That company is worth $2 billion. The room erupted. People talked loudly. They could not believe what they were hearing. The girl from the trailer park, the one who cleaned houses. She was a billionaire? Amanda stared at Brandon. Her face was white. "You have children?" Her voice shook. "You have 3 children?" "I didn't know," Brandon said. "You blocked her calls. You knew something was wrong." "Amanda, let me explain." "Explain what?" Amanda's voice got louder. "I asked you before we got married. I asked if you had any children. You looked me in the eyes and said no. I thought I was telling the truth. You blocked a woman who was trying to contact you. You ran away. You knew." Amanda looked around at all the phones recording. Her mother was a senator. This video would be everywhere by morning. The news would cover it. Her mother's opponents would use it. The perfect political family destroyed by a scandal. "Everyone is recording this," Amanda said. "Everyone is watching. My father, my mother, everyone." "I can fix this," Brandon said. "Fix it!" Amanda laughed. It was not a happy laugh. "How? How do you fix this? You lied to me. You had 3 children you abandoned. You let a woman struggle alone while you lived in your big house. My father made me do it. You were 18 years old. You made your own choice." The little boy named Mason pulled on Destiny's sleeve. "Mama, I don't like it here. Everyone is staring." "I know, baby," Destiny said softly. "We will leave soon." The little girl Madison stood close to Destiny's leg. She looked scared. The other boy, Miles, stared at Brandon. "Why is he crying?" Miles asked. Brandon was crying. Tears ran down his face. He dropped to his knees on the gymnasium floor. The hard floor hurt his knees, but he did not care. He looked up at Destiny. "Please," Brandon begged, "let me be part of their lives. Let me be their father. I will do anything. I will make this right." Destiny looked down at him. She felt nothing. No satisfaction. No anger. Nothing. This man meant nothing to her anymore. "My children don't need you," Destiny said. "They go to the best school in California. They live in a house in Malibu with an ocean view. They speak 3 languages. They travel the world. They have everything they need." "I have rights," Brandon said desperately. "I am their father. I have legal rights." Destiny's expression changed. Her eyes went cold. "Do you remember what your father said to me? He threatened to call the police. He said I was harassing you. I have those phone calls recorded. I have text messages. I have proof that you knew I was trying to contact you and you chose to ignore me. My lawyers already prepared documents. If you try to claim parental rights, I will destroy you in court. I have the best legal team in the country. You will lose." Brandon realized she was not bluffing. She had money, power, lawyers. He had nothing. Someone in the crowd started clapping. Then another person. Then another. Soon half the room was clapping for Destiny. Someone yelled, "You are a hero!" Others joined in. The applause grew louder. Amanda stared at Brandon, still on his knees. She twisted her engagement ring. The 5-carat diamond caught the light. She pulled it off her finger. "We are done," Amanda said clearly. She threw the ring at Brandon's chest. The ring hit Brandon's chest and bounced off. It fell to the floor with a sharp ping. The diamond caught the light as it rolled. It stopped under a chair near the wall. No one moved to pick it up. "Our marriage is over," Amanda said. Her voice was loud enough for everyone to hear. "I am divorcing you." Brandon looked up at her from his knees. "Amanda, please, we can talk about this." "Talk about what? You lied to me. You had 3 children and you never told me. You let me marry you thinking you had no secrets. I didn't know about them. You blocked her calls. You ran away. You knew something was wrong and you chose not to find out." Amanda pulled her phone from her purse. Her hands shook, but she managed to unlock it. "I am calling my father." She put the phone to her ear. The room was so quiet everyone could hear it ring. Once, twice. Then a man's voice answered. "Hello?" "Daddy, it is me," Amanda said. Her voice broke. "Something terrible happened. I need you." "What's wrong?" "Brandon has children. 3 children. He never told me. Everyone is here. Everyone is recording. It is going to be all over the news." Brandon could hear Senator Whitmore's voice getting louder through the phone. Amanda held the phone away from her ear. Her father was yelling. "I know, Daddy, I know," Amanda said. Tears ran down her face. Her makeup started to smear. "I am leaving right now. I will be home in an hour." She hung up. She put her phone back in her purse. She looked at Brandon one last time. "My lawyers will contact you tomorrow morning. Do not call me. Do not come to the house. Stay away from me." Amanda turned and walked toward the exit. Her heels clicked on the floor. Brandon scrambled to his feet. "Amanda, wait!" he called. He ran after her. Amanda reached the gymnasium doors. She pushed them open. Brandon caught up to her in the parking lot. He grabbed her arm. "Please, just listen to me for 1 minute," Brandon said. Amanda spun around. She screamed in his face, "Get your hands off me!" People poured out of the gymnasium behind them. They watched from the doorway. Phones were still recording everything. "I made a mistake," Brandon said. "I was 19 years old. People make mistakes." "You made a choice," Amanda said. "You chose to abandon a pregnant woman. You chose to ignore your own children. That is not a mistake. That is who you are." "That is not who I am now. I am different." "No, you are not. You are the same coward you were 10 years ago. The only difference is now everyone knows it." Amanda pulled her arm free. She walked to her car. It was a white BMW. She got in and slammed the door. The engine started. She reversed fast and drove out of the parking lot. Her tires squealed on the pavement. Brandon stood there watching her leave. His suit felt too tight. He could not breathe right. He turned around. Dozens of people stood in the gymnasium doorway staring at him. All those phones pointed at him. All those cameras recording. He walked back inside. People moved out of his way. No one spoke to him. No one looked him in the eye. He walked back to where Destiny stood with the children. Destiny was talking quietly to the little boy named Mason. "We will go soon, I promise," she said. Brandon stopped in front of her. He fell to his knees again. The floor hurt worse this time. He did not care. "Destiny, please," he said. "Let me be their father. Let me fix this. I will do anything you ask. I will pay child support. I will be there for them. Just give me a chance." Destiny looked at him. Her face showed nothing. "They do not need your money. They do not need you. Everyone needs a father. They needed a father 6 years ago. They needed a father when they were born. They needed a father when I was working 3 jobs and sleeping on the floor because I gave them all the beds. Where were you then? Brandon had no answer. They needed a father when Mason asked why other kids have daddies, and he doesn't. Destiny continued. They needed a father when Madison cried because a boy at school said she must be bad if her daddy left. They needed a father when Miles made a card for Father's Day and had no one to give it to. Where were you? I didn't know, Brandon whispered. You chose not to know. Mason tugged on Destiny's hand. Mama, can we leave now? This place makes me uncomfortable. Yes, baby, we are leaving. Madison nodded. I don't like everyone staring at us. Miles looked at Brandon on his knees. That man looks very sad. Brandon reached for Destiny's hand. He grabbed it desperately. I have rights. I am their biological father. I have legal rights to see them. Destiny pulled her hand away. Her calm expression finally changed. Her eyes went cold and hard. Do you want to talk about rights? Let's talk about rights. You blocked my number when I was pregnant and scared. Your father threatened to call the police on me, to report me for harassment, to accuse me of extortion. I recorded those phone calls. I saved every text message. I have proof that you knew I was trying to contact you. Proof that you chose to abandon your children. Brandon's face went white. My lawyers are the best in the country, Destiny said. Her voice was ice. They work for the top law firms in Los Angeles and New York. If you try to claim parental rights, they will destroy you in court. They will show every judge and jury exactly what kind of man you are. They will make sure you never get near my children. Do you understand me? Brandon understood. He had no power here. He had no money compared to her. He had no lawyers like hers. He had nothing. Someone in the crowd started clapping. Slow claps at first. Then faster. Another person joined in. Then another. Soon the whole room was clapping. The sound echoed off the gymnasium walls. You are a hero, someone shouted from the back. She did it on her own, another person yelled. She showed him. The applause grew louder and louder. People were cheering now. Destiny did not smile. She just looked at Brandon one last time. Then she took her children's hands. Let's go home, she said to Mason, Madison, and Miles. They walked toward the gymnasium doors. The crowd parted for them. People clapped as they passed. Some people reached out to touch Destiny's shoulder, to tell her she was amazing, to tell her they were proud of her. Brandon stayed on his knees on the floor. He watched Destiny walk away with his children. Children who did not know him. Children who did not need him. Children he threw away. The gymnasium doors opened. Cool night air rushed in. Destiny and the triplets walked out into the parking lot. The entire reunion followed them. They poured out of the gymnasium doors. They followed Destiny across the parking lot toward the football field. The black helicopter waited on the 50-yard line. The pilot saw them coming. He started the engine. The blades began to turn slowly. Then, faster. The sound grew louder. Women pushed through the crowd to reach Destiny. One woman had tears running down her face. She was short, with dark hair pulled back in a ponytail. Destiny, wait! The woman called. Destiny stopped. The triplets held tight to her hands. The woman caught up to them. My name is Jennifer, the woman said. She was crying. I lived in Sunset Trailer Park too. I still live there. I work 2 jobs. I have 2 kids. I thought I would never escape. I thought I would be poor forever. But seeing you here tonight, seeing what you built, you give me hope. Destiny hugged Jennifer. You are stronger than you know. You can do this. Your circumstances do not define you. Another woman came forward. She was older with gray hair. "I use your app," she said. "The Shift Sync app. I am a single mother. I work 3 jobs. Your app changed my life. It helps me keep track of everything. Thank you. Thank you so much." Destiny hugged her too. More people came forward. They wanted to take pictures with Destiny. They wanted to shake her hand. They wanted to tell her their stories. Destiny smiled and talked to everyone. She was patient and kind. Mason stood close to his mother's side. He watched everything carefully. Madison held Destiny's hand tight and did not let go. Miles waved at people who smiled at him. "Time to go," the pilot called from the helicopter. The blades were spinning fast now. Destiny said goodbye to everyone. She lifted Madison into the helicopter first, then Miles, then Mason. She climbed in last. Through the window, she could see Brandon. He stood alone in the parking lot. His expensive Mercedes looked small and ordinary now. His suit looked wrinkled. Everything about him looked small. The helicopter lifted off the ground. Springfield got smaller below them. The crowd in the parking lot looked like tiny dots. The gymnasium lights grew distant. The helicopter climbed higher into the dark sky. Destiny looked out the window. She could see the whole town now. Main Street, with its old shops. The hospital where she gave birth. Meadowbrook Estates, where the rich families lived. And there, on the edge of town, Sunset Trailer Park. The small metal homes reflected the streetlights. From up here, they looked so tiny. That was where she started. That was where she learned to survive. "Mama, look how small everything is," Madison said. She pressed her face against the window. "We are very high up," Destiny said. Mason unbuckled his seatbelt and moved closer to Destiny. "Are you okay, Mama?" "I am fine, baby." "Why do you ask?" "Because we just saw our daddy, and he was sad, and everyone was yelling." "Are you sad?" Destiny pulled Mason onto her lap. "I am not sad. I am actually feeling very free." "What does free mean?" Miles asked. "It means I am not carrying something heavy anymore. I carried anger and hurt for a long time, but now I put it down. I don't need to carry it anymore." "Because you showed him what he lost?" Madison asked. "Yes, and because I realized he cannot hurt me anymore. He has no power over me." The helicopter turned west, away from Springfield, away from Ohio, away from everything that happened tonight. Frank the pilot spoke through the headset. "We will stop in Kansas to refuel, then straight through to California. We should be home by 3 in the morning. 3 in the morning. The triplets would be exhausted, but they would be home. In their own beds. In their own house. Safe." Below in the parking lot, Brandon stood alone. People walked past him without speaking. They got in their cars and left. No one asked if he was okay. No one tried to comfort him. He was alone in a crowd that was disappearing. His phone buzzed in his pocket. He pulled it out. A text from Amanda. "My father's lawyers will contact you Monday morning. Do not try to reach me. We are done." Brandon typed a response. "Please let me explain in person." The message did not deliver. 3 dots appeared, then disappeared. Then a message appeared. "Amanda has blocked you." She blocked him, just like he blocked Destiny 10 years ago. Brandon felt sick. He sat down on the curb. The parking lot was almost empty now. Cars drove away. Taillights disappeared down the road. His phone buzzed again. Not a text, a notification. Someone tagged him in a video. Brandon opened it. His face filled the screen. He was on his knees. Destiny stood above him. The video had been posted 12 minutes ago. It already had 50,000 views. Brandon scrolled through the comments. "This man is disgusting. He abandoned 3 babies. He deserves this." That woman is a hero. She built a billion-dollar company while he did nothing. Justice served. The views kept climbing. 60,000, 80,000, 100,000. Another notification. Someone else posted the video. This one had 200,000 views. Then another video. Another angle. Someone filmed the whole thing from beginning to end. Brandon's phone rang. The screen said, "Dad." Brandon answered. "Hello? What the hell did you do?" Richard Carter's voice was furious. "I just got 15 phone calls. Everyone is talking about a video of you and some woman and 3 kids. Dad, I can explain." "Explain? I am watching the video right now. You had children? You had 3 children this whole time?" "I didn't know. Destiny never told me." "The video shows her saying she called you 50 times. She came to our house. I remember that. I told you we handled it. You threatened her. You told her you would call the police. To protect you. To protect our family. And now look what happened. This video has 1 million views. 1 million people watching you on your knees begging. Watching your wife throw her ring at you. Do you know what this does to our business?" "I am sorry." "Sorry. Carter Auto Group is built on reputation, trust, family values. And now everyone sees that my son abandoned 3 children, abandoned a woman when she was pregnant. Customers will leave us. They will go to other dealerships. You destroyed everything. Dad, please. Do not come to work Monday. Do not come to the house. I need time to figure out how to fix this mess." Richard hung up. Brandon stared at his phone. His father just fired him. His wife left him. His whole life fell apart in 2 hours. He opened social media. The video was everywhere. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Millions of views now. Millions of people watching the worst moment of his life. Reading comments about what a terrible person he was. Someone made it into a news article. The headline said, "Billionaire confronts deadbeat dad at high school reunion." Another article said, "From trailer park to billions, woman exposes man who abandoned her and triplets." Brandon put his head in his hands. He sat on the curb in the empty parking lot. His Mercedes was parked nearby. A car he was so proud of. Now it meant nothing. Everything meant nothing. Inside the helicopter, Miles yawned. "I am sleepy." "Me too," Madison said. "We will be home soon," Destiny said. "You can sleep in the helicopter if you want." Mason was already asleep on Destiny's lap. His head rested against her chest. His breathing was slow and steady. Madison curled up in her seat. Miles leaned against the window. Within 10 minutes, all 3 children were asleep. Destiny looked at their sleeping faces. Mason had his father's chin. Madison had his nose. Miles had his smile. They looked like Brandon. But they were nothing like him. They were kind. They were strong. They were hers. Frank spoke quietly through the headset. "That was quite an entrance back there." Destiny smiled. "Yes, it was. Do you feel better, now that you faced him?" "I do. I thought I would feel angry, or satisfied seeing him hurt, but I just feel free. Like I closed a door that was open for 10 years. "Your kids are great," Frank said. "They handled that whole situation well. They are strong. They had to be." The helicopter flew through the night sky. Below them, the lights of small towns passed. Highways stretched across the dark land. Destiny checked her phone. It was off during the confrontation. She turned it on now. Notifications flooded the screen. Hundreds of them, texts, emails, social media tags. She opened her email. Messages from reporters asking for interviews. Messages from women thanking her. Messages from business associates. One email was from Forbes, the journalist Amanda Chen who interviewed her before. "Destiny, I saw the video. I would love to do a follow-up interview. The world wants to hear more of your story. Call me. Destiny closed her email. She opened her texts. One from her therapist, Dr. Kim. I saw what happened. Are you okay? Call me if you need to talk. Destiny replied, I am okay. Better than okay. I am free. Another text from her assistant Keisha at MedFlow. Boss, you are all over the internet. That was amazing. You are my hero. Destiny smiled. She put her phone away. She did not need to read more tonight. She knew what happened. She knew people were talking. That was fine. Let them talk. She told her truth. She showed Brandon what he lost. Now she could move on. The helicopter landed in Kansas at a small airport. They refueled while the triplets slept. Then they took off again. West toward California. Toward home. Destiny closed her eyes. She was tired, but she did not regret tonight. She did what she needed to do. She faced her past. She showed her children that you do not run from hard things. You walk straight toward them with your head up. At 4 a.m, the helicopter landed in Malibu. Frank helped carry the sleeping children to Destiny's car. Her car service driver was waiting. He drove them home. Destiny carried each child to their bedroom. Mason first, then Madison, then Miles. She tucked them into their beds. She kissed their foreheads. They did not wake up. They were home and safe. Destiny walked out onto her deck. The ocean was dark and endless. Stars filled the sky. Air smelled like salt water. She was home. This was her life now. Not the trailer, not Springfield, not Brandon. This. She built this life. She earned every piece of it, and no one could take it away. 3 months passed. It was September now, a Saturday morning. Destiny sat on her deck drinking coffee. The sun was bright. The weather was perfect. The triplets played in the backyard. Mason read a book under a tree. Madison drew pictures with colored chalk on the patio. Miles kicked a soccer ball around the grass. Destiny's phone sat on the table next to her coffee. It buzzed with notifications, but she ignored it. After the reunion, the video spread everywhere. By the end of that first week, 50 million people watched it. News websites wrote articles. Talk shows discussed it. People shared it on every social media platform. Destiny became famous overnight. Forbes called again. Amanda Chen wanted another interview. Destiny agreed to do one final interview. They met at a cafe in Santa Monica on a Tuesday morning. The triplets were at school. Destiny wore jeans and a white shirt. Nothing fancy. She wanted to look normal. The video has 50 million views, Amanda said. She set her recording device on the table between them. How does that feel? Strange, Destiny said honestly. I did not go to the reunion to become famous. I went for closure. Did you get closure? Yes. I faced Brandon and realized he has no power over me anymore. He cannot hurt me. That was what I needed to know. People are calling you a hero. They say you inspire them. I am not a hero. I am just a mother who worked hard. Millions of women do the same thing every day. They work multiple jobs. They raise children alone. They deserve the credit, not just me. What do you want people to learn from your story? Destiny thought about the question. I want people to know that where you start does not determine where you finish. I started in a trailer park with nothing, but I had a choice. I could give up or I could fight. I chose to fight. Anyone can make that choice. The interview came out the next week. It was respectful and honest. Destiny felt good about it. Then she stopped giving interviews. Reporters called every day. She said no to all of them. She told her story once. That was enough. Now she wanted to go back to her normal life. She made changes to her work schedule. She hired a CEO for Shift Sync. His name was David, and he ran the company she sold years ago. He knew the business well. She hired another CEO for MedFlow. Her name was Patricia. She was a former hospital administrator. Both companies would run without Destiny managing every detail. "I want to be more present for my children," Destiny told Patricia during the hiring meeting. "They are only young once. I do not want to miss it." "I understand completely," Patricia said. "We will handle the daily operations. You focus on being their mother." Now, Destiny worked from home 3 days a week. She went to the office only 2 days. She picked the triplets up from school every single day. She helped with homework. She made dinner. She read bedtime stories. She was present. The triplets adjusted well after the reunion. For the first 2 weeks, they talked about it constantly. Mason asked the most questions. "Mama, why did our daddy look so sad?" Mason asked one night at dinner. "Because he realized what he lost," Destiny said. "Does he want to see us now?" "I think he does, but wanting something now does not erase the past. He had 6 years to be your father. He chose not to be." "Will he try to visit us?" Madison asked. She looked worried. "No, baby. My lawyers made sure he understands he cannot. You are safe. He cannot come here." "Good," Madison said. "I do not want to see him. He made you cry a long time ago." Miles was quiet. He pushed his food around his plate with his fork. "What are you thinking, Miles?" Destiny asked. "I feel sorry for him," Miles said quietly. He looked very sad on his knees. "But I also understand why you are angry with him." "I am not angry anymore," Destiny said. "I was angry for a long time. But now I just feel nothing. He is a stranger to me." After that conversation, the triplets stopped talking about Brandon as much. They went back to school and friends and activities. Mason joined the chess club. Madison started art classes on Saturdays. Miles played soccer. They were happy and busy. Their life moved forward. In Ohio, Brandon's life fell apart completely. Amanda filed for divorce the Monday after the reunion. Her lawyers were fast and brutal. The divorce was final by July. Amanda got the house in Meadowbrook Estates. She got both cars. She got half of Brandon's trust fund. Brandon moved into a small apartment on the east side of Springfield. 2 bedrooms, cheap carpet, thin walls. He still worked at Carter Auto Group, but barely. His father, Richard, gave him a desk in the back office. No responsibilities, no clients. Brandon showed up and sat at his computer all day doing nothing. Richard could not fire him officially because Brandon was family, but he made it clear Brandon was not wanted. Business at the dealerships dropped after the video. People in Springfield chose other places to buy cars. They did not want to support the Carter family. Richard blamed Brandon for everything. They did not speak unless necessary. Brandon drank most nights now. He sat in his apartment with cheap beer and scrolled through his phone. People still posted about the video, still commented, still called him names. He created fake social media accounts to look at Destiny's life. She rarely posted, but other people did. Photos of her at conferences. Photos of the triplets at school events. They looked happy. They looked like they did not need him. He never tried to claim parental rights. Destiny's lawyers sent him papers making everything clear. If he tried to contact the children, he would face legal consequences. If he went to California, they would file a restraining order. Brandon signed everything. He had no fight left in him. Some nights, Brandon thought about calling Destiny, apologizing again, begging for another chance. But he never did. What would he say? Sorry was not enough. Nothing was enough. He threw away everything that mattered, and now he lived with that choice. On this Saturday morning in September, while Destiny sat on her deck in California, Brandon sat in his apartment in Ohio. The television played, but he was not watching. His phone was in his hand. He scrolled through photos of the triplets someone posted from a school event. Mason, Madison, and Miles, in their matching blazers. Smiling. Happy. Living good lives without him. Brandon closed the app. He put his phone down. He stared at the ceiling. This was his life now. Small apartment. No wife. No family. No respect. He did this to himself. No one else. Just him. Back in Malibu, Destiny finished her coffee. She watched Mason turn a page in his book. She watched Madison add yellow chalk to her drawing of the sun. She watched Miles score a goal against an imaginary goalie and celebrate with his arms up. Her phone buzzed again. She glanced at it. An email from a woman in Detroit. The subject line said, "Thank you for giving me hope." Destiny got emails like this every day. Hundreds of them. Women who saw her story and felt inspired. Women who were struggling and needed to know it could get better. Destiny opened the email and read it. Then she replied. She replied to every single email she received. It took hours sometimes, but she did it. Because she remembered what it felt like to have no hope. She remembered sitting in that trailer with 3 babies and thinking she would never escape. If her words could help even one person keep going, it was worth it. Dr. Kim asked her during their last session if she felt guilty about what happened to Brandon. "Do you think you were too hard on him?" Dr. Kim asked. Destiny thought carefully before answering. "No, I was not cruel. I did not lie. I did not manipulate. I simply told the truth. He made choices, and choices have consequences. Some people might say you destroyed his life. He destroyed his own life. I just showed everyone who he really was. If his life fell apart because people knew the truth, that is not my fault. Do you feel satisfied with how things turned out? I do not feel satisfied by his pain. I feel satisfied that I built something beautiful without him. That I raised 3 amazing children who know they are loved. That I showed them strength comes from inside, not from circumstances." Miles kicked the soccer ball too hard. It rolled across the grass toward the deck. He ran after it. When he reached the steps, he looked up at Destiny and smiled. "Did you see my goal, Mama?" "I saw it, baby. It was perfect." Miles picked up the ball and ran back to the yard. Destiny watched him go. She watched all 3 of her children playing. Safe, happy, loved. This was what mattered. Not revenge, not proving anything to Brandon. Just this. Her children living good lives. Mason closed his book and walked over to the deck. "Mama, can we go to the beach later?" "Yes, after lunch." "Can we get ice cream?" Madison asked. She had chalk dust on her hands and knees. "Yes, we can get ice cream." "Can I invite my friend Tyler?" Miles asked. "Sure, I will call his mom." The 3 children cheered. They went back to playing. Destiny stood up and walked to the edge of the deck. She looked out at the Pacific Ocean. The water stretched forever. The sun made it sparkle. She built this life. Not Brandon, not anyone else. Just her. She thought about the scared 19-year-old girl she used to be, sitting in that trailer with 3 positive pregnancy tests, crying because she thought her life was over. If she could go back and talk to that girl, she would tell her to keep going. Tell her it gets better. Tell her she is stronger than she knows. But she could not go back. She could only go forward. And forward looked beautiful. The triplets ran up onto the deck together. They were breathless and laughing. "Mama, tell us the story again," Madison said. "What story?" Destiny asked. "About when you lived in the trailer, and you worked all the time, and you built your company." Destiny sat down. The three children gathered around her. Mason on her left, Madison on her right. Miles sat at her feet. "Why do you want to hear that story again?" Destiny asked. "Because it is our favorite story," Mason said. "It shows that you can start with nothing and end with everything." Destiny smiled. She pulled her children close. "Where you start does not determine where you finish," she said softly. "Remember that. Always remember that." All three children smiled. They already knew that truth. They lived it every day. If you enjoyed today's video, I'm sure you'll love the next one. Don't waste time. Just click on the screen.